Good afternoon. I'm Melvin,
And I'm Larry.
and we're coming at you with another video. And we would like to start this one off with a few shout outs. Some of the people that responded said, shoot, shout outs out, shout out. Okay, so here we go.
All right.
I want to give a shout out to my cousin Leah in Mississippi. How are you? And also, I want to give a shout out to Sheila Peters. She's always responding in the comments section. So, thank you, Sheila.
Yeah, thank you, Sheila. You always have something to say. We're always happy to answer back. I want to shout out my beautiful niece, Bea. She's the one that she's putting us out there too through Instagram.
Oh, good.
My little nephew, Trayvon, he's putting us out there on Instagram also. Who else? I have other family members. My aunt Yolanda, how you doing? Thank you so much. I love you. My aunt Kim, I love you too. Hey. So
All
just
right.
want to say thank you to all the people.
Okay,
Let's
keep it moving.
Yes, sir. So,
All right, I want
wait.
to also
Oh, go ahead.
I want to also talk about the response we're getting from these videos. I think we would be remiss if we didn't speak about it just a little bit. So anyway, the response has been overwhelmingly positive, and I'm a little surprised because I didn't think it would go over this well. I really didn't.
Well, I told you it was going to be big.
But a lot of people are commenting and making suggestions and saying positive things and encouraging us to keep going. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. We hear you.
And my man, was it Trap Music?
Yeah.
Sorry we missed you. That was completely my fault. But hey, thank you for listening. Please give us some constructive criticism. Please let us know what you're thinking. If you got any ideas to how we can make this show better, hey, we're all ears because all we want to do is get better and better at this.
Don't
because,
hesitate.
It's a work in progress, and we're trying our best to get there.
Right. All right. So let's get into some topics.
Let's get into it. So first off is I want to talk about my Super Bowl Chiefs.
All right.
I told everybody.
You did.
I told everybody. Let's be honest, because
You did.
I was worried for a minute because San Francisco was giving
the
it
third
to them.
quarter.
Oh man, they was giving them the business. But Patrick
21 points in the fourth quarter.
Patrick Mahomes, them boys, they weren't playing.
Woo.
I kept telling everybody, y'all better watch Tyreek Hill. He shows Richard Sherman what for. And Richard Sherman had to sit back and he made that face.
Oh Lord!
It was a great game. It was exciting.
It really was exciting.
I loved it from beginning to end. I had a ball. It was one of the first ones in a long time where you didn't see a team that's normally always there, like your Patriots,
Right.
like your.
Right. It was two different teams.
Right.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
And they literally, Garoppolo, I hate to say it, Chiefs, I'm happy for y'all. I was betting on y'all, but I don't think they're going to make it again because those 49ers, I think when they get a chance to regroup and look at what the things that went wrong.
Right. They'll be right back next year.
Not only are they going to be back next year, I think they're going to be one of my front runners. They're going to be my new dark horse team to knock down some big names and take it all the way to the house.
All right, so let me ask you this. In the news, the big halftime show with J-Lo and Sakara. So let me say this. It's a lot of controversy about it. People are saying that they were a bit too sensual with their act and a bit too aggressive. Mm-hmm. And they were saying that the Super Bowl is a family show. You got kids watching, and they were just a little bit too sexual for them. What do you think?
I think, once again, I think America is trying to white-splain away. It was a perfect.
Wait a minute, say that again.
White-splain is when white people try to explain themselves out of why.
That's a word I never heard.
So they're trying to white-splain their way through this situation. First and foremost, there was nothing sensual about it. If you've ever watched any Hispanic television, if you watch any Hispanic videos, if you watch anything Hispanic, they are very sensual dancers. J-Lo's known to dance. She's a choreography expert. Shakira, didn't nobody say that when she was making that video, Hips Don't Lie?
Yeah, but this is a Super Bowl with a family watching the show. You got little kids.
So
watching.
was there a wardrobe malfunction?
No wardrobe malfunction.
So everybody need to just shut the hell up. Simply put,
they need to calm down.
They need to calm down because don't nobody say nothing when like where you was talking about like we was talking about in pre-production with Adam Levine dancing out there with his shirt off.
Yes.
Nobody said
a word.
Nobody said a word when the Red Hot Chili Peppers did a little quick excerpt on the Super Bowl.
Oh boy.
Flea had his shirt off, and the lead singer had his shirt off, and they were sitting there singing and dancing.
So we're in agreement. Leave them alone.
What it is just once again it's all these old conservative whites who want to sit back and be like, oh, they're shaking their hips too much. They're shaking their hips too much. They're doing this. They're doing that. No, leave them the hell alone. They did nothing wrong. They did a great job.
I think so
J-Lo and them. My only criticism is the same criticism that other people had, and it was, why didn't they just bring out Flo Rida? Why didn't they bring out Pitbull? Why didn't they bring out Trina? Why didn't they bring out some well-known Floridians that could come out and represent for Florida? Okay. That was my only complaint. But as far as people talking about they were too central,
that's ridiculous.
So those same people, do you allow your kids to even watch TV? Do you even allow them to? Because if you allow them to watch TV, everything that you're saying is null and void and very dumb. Period. That's my explanation on that.
Again, send all your hate mail and letters to Larry.
You know how I feel. I'm like, hey, send all the smoke because once again, you people are getting beside yourself. Stop it. And quit trying to white explain other races away.
Is that in the dictionary? Yeah. White explain?
No, not yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to get in there.
You're going to put it in there?
Not me, but I know somebody will.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Let's keep it moving.
All right.
Let's talk about Trump's acquittal.
Well, see, and I got a controversial statement in regards to I'm not gonna go on my rant yet.
Are we surprised? Go ahead, Larry.
I'm not gonna go on my rant yet. I think that, and people are going to have questions. Mm-hmm. I think that the Democratic Party, in doing this impeachment and making the Republicans stand up and side by side join arms again to protect Trump was a genius move.
I agree. No, we don't agree on everything, but I definitely agree on this. I think Nancy Pelosi did an excellent job.
So why do you think that? And I'm going to give you mine.
Well, I think it was necessary because you have to follow the Constitution.
Right.
And they had an obligation to go through with this impeachment, regardless of what the circumstances would be in the future, if it would hurt the Democratic chance of becoming president. Right. Regardless of all of that, they had an obligation to do the right thing because this definitely was a quid pro quo. I definitely, agree. Without a doubt.
I 110%.
He wanted to get some dirt on Biden and his son and so forth and so on, and he held the money back, and that goes without saying. Right. And as president, you cannot do that. So the Republicans can spin it any way they like. He was wrong, and they were right in doing what they did. They had no choice, really. They had no choice.
And they didn't. But mine is different.
Sure, go
and
ahead.
This is why what Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi did was gangster. This was, now let me explain it. And you're going to have to stay with me. Reason why, because they went on record with this. So every Republican senator had to sign that book and say that they have to answer to, and their name is logged as saying, we acquit Donald Trump of these things. So when they turn around, and this is something I said before, and I haven't got a chance to really elaborate, and I'm going to keep it really quick because I know we got a lot to get to. The thing is, now, when the situation reverses itself, and it's a Democratic president that does anything out of order or anything abnormal, when those Republicans are running up, we need to take this. No. Senator
Smith?
Yeah, Smith, because when Trump did worse, what did you say?
You acquitted him.
So since you acquitted him, how do you feel like it is? So you're a hypocrite, is what you're basically telling us. So Dan Rather, and I love Dan Rather. Jesus Christ, bro, you my man. I love Dan Rather. Dan Rather got on TV and
Larry get excited.
Yes, I do. But they rather said, I wonder how fast when they have a Democratic president will they start sending these scathing op-eds. And they start gritting their teeth and they start sucking at their teeth and saying, well, how are we going to pay for this?
Right.
When they did not say none of that. See, all these things that they're taking into account that they're doing, they're laying the groundwork. Trump has destroyed democracy, but he destroyed it in such a great way because he's demonstrating how hypocritical the United States, how hypocritical, how greedy, how egregious the United States democracy truly is. Mm-hmm. So it's no longer going to be able to be looked at as the end-all and be-all of democracy. It is going to be known as you let this man go in here and destroy your country.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Tell us how you really feel.
Oh, yeah, I'm always going to do that.
All right. All right. Okay, so we're going to move along. I'm going to pick another one here.
All right.
So this is a little sensitive, this topic here, because the ladies, females have been asking me this question and they want us to put it on the air. I told you about it in when we were warming up.
Right.
They're asking, why is it so difficult for them to obtain or get a husband or a boyfriend or a man, and what do men really want? They said, we got two gentlemen doing this show. Please tell us what men really want. And I was a little surprised that they wanted us to elaborate on this. So, but we give the people what they want. So,
okay. So
what do men want, Larry?
So for me, it is more of a question on where are you looking?
Right.
So if my grandfather used to always say, an eagle doesn't hang with ducks. An eagle hangs with eagles.
Okay.
So when you say, well, what does a man want? So if you're looking at it as what I want,
right?
I want intelligent, strong, smart, funny. Funny has to be funny. So
intelligent, smart, and funny.
Oh, she got to be beautiful. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's vanity, but no man don't. All men want a woman.
What if she's average?
No. Well,
no.
She has to be exceptional to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want average. Why would I want to? I feel like
I'm talking strictly looks now.
Yeah, we're talking about looks. Yeah, but no.
Okay.
Because I don't consider myself an average guy.
Okay.
Why would I want an average woman?
All right. All right.
So any woman I'm with, she got to know, you're way above par. Because I don't want an average person. I don't want an average person mentally, spiritually, intellectually, anything. I want a woman with drive. I want a woman. She has to have. I mean, I'm at the point where I have to have somebody who can match me.
All right. Bring something to the table.
Well, not only bring something to the table, you have to bring your best to the table because I'm bringing my best to the table.
All right.
So for me, it's kind of I want somebody with a lot of different things. And
what's that Anita Baker song? Giving you
give
the best that you got.
Hey, yes, you got to. Okay, your turn.
We try to be funny too, if you haven't noticed. Anyway, okay. I thought about it, and I'm gonna approach it at a little bit different level. I'm not going to give you all these things that are required and so forth and so on, because I think all the women already know that. Bring something to the table, smart, funny, blah, blah, blah. But I think they are doing something that's not even putting them in position. And what I mean by that is no man is going to come and knock on your door and say, here I am.
Well, there are going to be men who do that, but they're going to be the wrong men.
Let me finish. So what I mean by that is you have to go where the men are. You can't stay at home. You can't just watch TV and expect your knight in shining armor to knock on your door. You have to think about where the men are, and then you have to go there.
But what if they're going to church, or they're going to
church? Is an excellent. Listen, church is an excellent place. Sporting events, sports bars. Go where the men go, and you increase your chances tenfold. You increase your chances. And I think that's very simple advice, but I don't think a lot of women are following that. And I think if you put yourself in position you create opportunity for yourself.
That's very true.
Just like the title of our show here, Seat at the Table. If you're not in the boardroom where the decision making is being made, you're not going to be part of making the decision
or making the solutions.
So give yourself an opportunity. That's the best way I can answer this question. Give yourself a chance, and then I think nature will just take its course after that. But you have to be there in order to have an opportunity to receive a boyfriend or a husband or a significant other or whatever the case may be, and that's really important, you know.
But my thing is what's really different, and I'm gonna just put in this last thing on my mind. But a lot of times when women find a guy who's a great guy, great catch, has everything she wants, and she just don't like him like that.
What?
Where girls be like, oh, he's better as a friend, and they'll pass him up for a bad guy who does everything wrong in life, and they have that, I can fix him.
So what do you think of that? Why is that?
Because they want the excitement of the bad boy.
Oh.
And
they want that gangster.
They basically, and what happens is that the bad guy will do exactly what he's been doing, being a bad guy, and then by the time they realize, oh, Fred has been crazy about me. I could have been with Fred, and he got a promotion.
It's too late.
Fred has found a good girl that wants to be with Fred. So a lot of times, ladies, you got to
leave that gangster guy alone, ladies.
It's not even that. If that's your preference, go with God. But you can't. You limit yourself by when you're trying to say you want this and I want this and I want this, and I'm not going to shirk on none of that. And by the way, stop saying I want a loyal, honest man. Stop it.
Oh, boy.
That should be a prerequisite. That should be a prerequisite. That should become that should be something that is engraved in your as soon as you meet. That should be the first prerequisite that you should already be expecting. It's an expectation. Don't make it a damn need or want. Expect it. Expect it. My goodness, it's an expectation. So when you make it a want, you're setting yourself to be let down. If you say this is what it is, just as sure as I'm sitting in this chair, men will conform. I want a man that's loyal, I want a man that's honest, stop it. Just say straight up. That's that's an expectation. That's not a want. But
well, let me say, Larry's wound up today. He's wound up tight today.
No, not yet. I'm about to be. We're going to hit some subjects, and I'm going to be. I'm ready.
Okay, let's keep it moving. We hope that helps. We hope that answered your question. And
now,
keep the suggestions coming. Please keep them coming.
And comment.
And subscribe.
Subscribe.
That's very important.
Every episode, I don't care if we're at our 16 millionth subscriber, I'm always going to say subscribe.
All
These
right.
things help us out in the long run. Now,
give us a topic.
I got one for you. Excuse me. So, what's it called? Joaquin Phoenix, River Phoenix's brother, did an amazing acceptance speech over in England for it's like the Oscars or the SAG Awards.
Equivalent. Okay.
Yeah, it's the equivalent over in England. And he talked about diversity and how there's not any diversity and how he himself
in the movie industry,
behind the camera, in front of the camera.
I didn't see it, but I totally agree with him.
I was up in my seat. I was giving him standing ovations, and
really?
I even watched it again on YouTube and rewinded it back.
I'm going to watch that. Yeah.
It was an amazing portrayal because everybody in the room, you're looking at, and this is over in England as well as the U.S., is that for time after time, a lot of black actors they will allow 3 or 4 to become front runners and big household names, but there are tons more who have just as much talent, if not more talent, and just as much drive, but they're not getting those roles. And not to mention that they are fitting those roles for specific people.
Right.
So the problem is that no, there's not. And Ava DuVernay even said several times over that, there's not enough black women directors.
Oh,
and
I agree
not
with
enough
that.
for them
I agree
even
with
getting
that.
up because, with Ava DuVernay, and look at what happened to her with the SAG Awards and the Golden Globes. They didn't even watch with the when they see us about the Central Park 5.
Jennifer Lopez said she's not doing another movie unless it's a female director.
Right.
She made that statement. Yeah.
Well, I think
and that's excellent. Thank you, J Lo.
I think after she did, I think it was a female that did Hustlers.
Okay.
And I think that was one of the reasonings behind that. But
which got no consideration in the Oscars.
No.
Which was totally dumb.
But When They See Us, that was an amazing film on Netflix. Part of the reason why the SAG Awards and Oscars, because this is where the rant come in, and this is where I'm diving in the 24-foot pool. It was because it was a movie that showed how cops railroaded 5 young men. They took away their lives. The Central Park 5. They took away their lives. They put them in jail. They was ready to throw away the key. And then what's even more about it, why a lot of white people didn't like the movie, because Trump was in it.
Oh, Lord.
Because when Trump took out a 5-page ad in the New York Post talking about how they should be executed, how they're a bunch of savages, they're a pack of savages.
That guy is something else.
What makes it even worse, when they brought it back up to Trump, at the time they was found guilty, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Is that your Trump
That's
impression?
my Trump voice, yeah. I just need a bunch of orange paint to put on my damn face. You know what? I'm going to say it as I say it always. I'm not going to say nothing negative against the president, even though as a vet, I should be able to say whatever the hell I want, but I don't want to get our show shut down. But you know how many parts of my ass you can kiss. Okay. Anyway, but with that acceptance speech and people like Chelsea Handler and Joaquin Phoenix, they're actually stepping up to the plate. And they're actually taking a stand that I see what's going on. Mm-hmm. And that's more important than it's just being like, oh yeah, if it wasn't for all my black friends.
Right.
But it's actual people saying, I know this is going on. I know I'm a beneficiary of this. I know that because I am a beneficiary of this, that it is negatively affecting this group of people.
All right.
It's important.
I'm going to play the devil's advocate. I'm going to play the devil's advocate, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you think Trump has done anything in his 3.5 years in office so far? Do you think he's done anything positive or good at all?
You lighting the fire because you know my answer.
Just anything. That's a yes or no?
Nope.
Nothing.
Nothing. No. Not a thing.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. The reason I brought this up, because we're going to have special guests on in some of the upcoming videos. And one of our special guests, we thought we would have somebody of an opposing viewpoint. He's an African American, but he's a Republican, and he voted for Donald Trump. He's one of the 13% of males. One of the 13% of males who voted for Donald Trump in 2016. And his argument is, off camera obviously, but we're going to have him on, his argument is African Americans, the unemployment rate is the lowest that it has ever been in history, and it's under a Trump administration. And he looked at me and said, can you explain that?
Easily. I could be glad to explain it. So let me go ahead and give you a preview of how this rant's going to go.
Keep it short.
I'm going to keep it very short.
Okay.
So if you work at McDonald's, are you working?
Yeah, you're working.
Does that count toward the unemployment?
It does.
If you work at, say you're a maid, are you working?
If you're getting a check and you're paying taxes.
If you're a waitress, are you working?
Yes.
So with any one of those jobs, are you able to make sure that you can pay rent and buy food?
No.
Okay. So what about health care? Can you pay for health care and pay rent?
Probably not.
And pay food?
Probably not.
So what about?
So you're saying all those jobs that
all the
created
jobs that
are low-paying jobs?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, and this is going to be real quick, and I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, and I can't wait till your friend come on here because
he's coming.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait because I'm looking forward to that. So the problem with that theory about the idiotic thing where people say about the economy, the economy is only benefiting the richest 1%, which is who Trump wants to benefit.
But for African Americans, the unemployment rate is the lowest it has been in 50 years. These are statistics that we can't deny.
But
It's a fact.
but with it being the lowest has been in 15.
Now, my argument to him was, it's not Trump. This is coming from Obama.
No, it's Trump. It's
No,
Trump.
I don't think
no.
so.
Well,
I don't think so.
But see, this is the thing. It is Trump. I'll grant your friend
Okay,
that.
go ahead.
But the problem is that even though it's the lowest that it's ever been, why is it that the 29% of the richest 1% make more money
than everybody
than the lower 3 billion people?
I know.
So then you look at also. So when you go into it, you're talking about, well, there's still a lot of black people who have to make life-altering decisions like, am I going to buy food and am I going to buy gas?
Right.
My child is sick. Am I going to be able to stay home and lose those hours, or do I have to go to work and hope that when I get home my child will feel better? Even worse, and this is where most people don't understand. There's a lot of women. There's a lot of people out there who are working, but they have to pay rent, and by the time they pay rent, do they have health care for their family?
Oh, I agree.
Are they able to have a 401k?
Yeah.
Are they, these are
none
the
of those things.
None of those things. So when you talk about, it's the lowest, so just because I'm picking up trash on the freeway and I'm getting paid $10 an hour, does that mean that my life is great?
Right, I understand.
No, it does not. But that's where people like to conflate it. And unfortunately, we as black people who tend to try to explain away our ridiculous decision to vote for this idiot. Right. They try to explain, well, the economy in my 401k, because the richest 1% is giving your richest 1% is trickling giving you just enough to keep you happy. But they're still, because you got to look that Jeff Bezos just clocked in $69 billion.
Yeah.
The owner of
Amazon.
The owner of Tesla.
Yeah.
Clocked in $15 million.
Yeah, I got you.
So how many people who are putting hubcaps on the cars, how much are they getting for that?
Right. Not that. Right. So I was thinking, why would an African American male actually vote for Donald Trump? So I asked him the question, and he's going to be able to talk for himself real soon. And so he said that it was basically because of the economy and the tax breaks that he's going to get. And by the way, I want to say that this gentleman I'm talking about is very successful in life.
Yes.
The upper echelon.
The real estate guy, right?
Yeah. Upper echelon in life, doing very well. And he also said that he wasn't ready for a female president. So it's sexist and it's the economy was his reasons for.
So and this is the thing, and I'm going to keep it short. So you to believe that a woman being president is an issue for you?
Not me.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm saying for any person.
I want to go on record right now as saying I voted for Hillary Clinton.
But any person who would believe that. Any person who would believe that is a person. Any person who would believe that a woman would make a bad president, then you have to understand that
they're not in the 21st century.
Not only you're not in the 21st century, you got to remember that in most countries there are women who hold high.
Germany,
hold high office, and for those countries that's worked out very, very well for them.
Angela Merkel.
Even Angela Merkel.
Yeah.
You have over in Israel, you have a bunch of women that hold high positions in offices all over that country.
I don't understand people that are sexist and think that women are beneath high office because that's just not so.
Because you got
it's ridiculous. They probably do better,
a lot better.
Well,
and it's already been touted that women would do a lot better. But the problem is that you have this situation where you have men who make these decisions. And they create this environment saying that if we have a woman in, that we're going to suffer. It is not that at all. It is just that men.
Well, some of the reasoning behind that, and I'm not talking about this gentleman anymore. I just in general, some of the reasons that I heard was because they're too emotional. I don't think it's the right time for a woman to be in charge of the entire United States.
Wow.
Those are idiotic reasons.
And to that I say,
let's move on.
No. Real quick, and then I'll be ready to move on. We have a president who has made fun of Gold Star families.
Yes.
But he's supposed
to tell everybody what Gold Star family.
Well, the Gold Star family is when a military guy dies. When he dies in combat and conflict.
And their family
And
is considered Gold Star.
family is considered a Gold Star family because their family gets an award called the Gold Star.
Right, right.
And that is to give to all families if they lose
So they sacrifice
their military member. They sacrifice.
That's a big sacrifice.
Yes, you sacrifice your family member for the betterment of our country.
Yes.
Now, our current president, Mr. Donald Trump, has made fun of him.
Yes.
Our current president
John McCain
made fun of John McCain,
who's a war hero, in my opinion.
War hero. I don't like John McCain by any stretch of the imagination, but I respected the man because he is a brother in the service.
Yes.
He has went on rants and talked about diversity. He's made fun of Maxine Waters. He sits back and he's very emotional. He jumps on Twitter. Mr. Twitter Fingers talks tough on Twitter, and he does all that. So, so if you're saying that a woman is emotional, I guess you're calling our president either a hermaphrodite or a transvestite.
Okay. All right.
Because he fits those descriptions, do we not?
I'm not going to touch that one.
Does he fit those descriptions?
Well, he's definitely
he fits every one of those descriptions. What he said, why they shouldn't have a woman president, right?
Absolutely.
So is he in drag or what? I mean, help me out. Because he fits those descriptions. All
right, let's grab another topic and keep it moving.
Now, I got another one that I love.
Okay.
So, Mr. Dylan Roof. I had a lot to say about him last time on our last conversation.
Now you got to tell the people who Dylan Roof
is. Roof, I was about to say. Dylan Roof, for all you who don't know, he was the young white male who walked into that historic black church and shot 9 people. One of the people that he killed in South Carolina, she was a 96-year-old mother of the church.
During the week, doing Bible study.
Doing Bible study at night.
They didn't know who this gentleman was. They welcomed him into church with open arms. And this is what he does.
So, the amazing Mr. Roof, he is up for the death penalty. And, of course, you know, his lawyers are going to white-splain it all away and start talking about why he's incompetent and he was incompetent to stand trial. He shouldn't be put, white-splain. He shouldn't be put to death. He shouldn't be put to death because, you know, he's not, he's crazy. So during the trial with Dylan Roof, and the only defense that his legal team could come up with is saying that he was mentally deficient. He ended up firing him.
Right.
And under South Carolina law, he could represent himself if they feel that he is competent.
Right.
So he, of course, said, "I'm competent to stand trial. I'm going to represent myself."
Yeah.
So when he lost horrifically, and they said, "Okay, we're going to go into the sentencing phase," he brought back his legal team. Because he needed them to bail him out.
To get him out of the death penalty.
So what happened is, his legal team came back, and they told him the court. They said, "Well, Your Honor, we can't," because he thought that what he did was going to create this race war, and
it didn't.
And white people were going to come and save him and get him out of jail.
Yeah.
Which didn't happen, of course, because here we are.
Yeah.
And so his lawyers were saying, well, just based off of that alone should be enough to where he should be considered incompetent.
Right.
And that we have to take the death penalty off, and he has to be put into a insane asylum or something like that.
Right.
Well, I would like to say once again, Dylan Roof, Godspeed. You can't get to hell fast enough, buddy. Good luck. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. I certainly agree with you, but
I'm the one that's going to say it.
Yes, he is.
So,
Larry has no filter.
Why should I?
I know.
Because there are plenty of people that are around. All of our listeners and all the people who are watching us, and they want that unfiltered truth.
Absolutely.
Because so many times, how many times have we been expected as black people to hold our tongue? Okay. How many times have we been expected to be the bigger people? How many times do people try to throw Martin Luther King in our face? And Martin Luther King was about peace. When those same people, with Martin Luther King was doing the same thing he was doing then, now they would consider him a domestic terrorist.
Right.
How many times do black men and women get killed by police and they try to tell us, oh, well, We just gonna come together as one community. Till the next cop kills the next black people.
Right.
How many times do we see police officers plant guns, plant drugs, where
Well,
they
you saw the one in North Carolina planting the gun.
Plant the gun.
The guy was behind a tree with his
and
phone.
he was running all the way. And then, what about the one where the kid was running down the street and the cop was like, "Oh, well, he had the gun and I saw him."
Yeah, right.
And come to find out. So how many times do these people say? How many times are we supposed to be silent? Even Martin Luther King asked that question: how long must we stay silent? James Baldwin said, "How long must we wait?" He said, "My grandfather waited, my father waited, my great-grandfather waited. How much longer must I wait for freedom?"
Absolutely.
And now I'm asking that same question. So you damn right, I'm going to say all of it.
And he will. Trust me. Okay.
Because what are you going to do?
All right, let's grab another topic. And,
another great topic. One thing that I wanted to do, and this is one that I have really, it's kind of in that same vein. You know, the news outlets was talking about Kobe and his legacy. And one of the things that a lot of things that you was hearing, especially this one reporter talked about it, and they called him a rapist.
That's ridiculous.
And not only did they call him, they said, well, that's a part of his life and that's a part of his legacy. What this one black journalist did, she was a female journalist, I can't remember her name to save my life. You got to forgive me. None of this is research. This is all, a lot of it's on the fly. She talked about how they did not go into detail about the court situation, how they just generally branded him this title and didn't go into, well, he got acquitted.
Yes.
And I find that, once again, I find it amazing how fast, and this is like, once again, one of those situations where you see how white people will tend to try to create a certain light on black people, especially black people who had influence, or black people that a lot of black people looked up to, who not only had a large platform, but who extended to where he got the adulation of not only black people, but white people too. They love to tie on negative stuff on this, but you don't never see them do that to white people. Right. They don't talk about Ben Roethlisberger raping that girl. And yes, he did go to court for rape. Kobe did too. And when Kobe he got exonerated. But did Ben Roethlisberger?
That's the Pittsburgh
Steelers quarterback.
Okay, yeah.
He paid her off. Let's keep it about.
Okay.
He paid her off. So when you have these different types of platforms like CNN, and I already got my own beef with CNN because I tell people all the time, CNN sells guns to both sides. They will sit back and they will be, oh, we're all for Democrats, we're all for black people. Unless we don't really like you or we don't deal with you that much, then we're going to go ahead and throw a little taint on you.
Well, I disagree. I love CNN. And I think CNN does an excellent job across the board. So we're gonna have to just disagree on that.
So when that guy killed his wife and kids.
What guy?
The one white guy. I think it was in Colorado. He killed his wife and kids, and they found their bodies and everything later. Did you see how the CNN had him with the son in the background just over his shoulder, and he's hugging his kids? Mm-hmm. And the brother who sat there and ran in that bathroom stall beat a guy to death, which was wrong. I admit that it was wrong, but he beat that dude to death. Where was his son shot in that? They put his mug's shot up.
Oh, yeah.
CNN did this. Okay. Now, you also look at what the Sandra Bland did. CNN was one of the main ones trying to explain away the cops' actions.
Right.
Look at Fernando Castillo.
Okay.
CNN didn't even want to talk about it. Mm-hmm. They put a little quick one until it drew national attention, and that's when CNN was like, yeah, we're all for you. Now, stop it.
I think that is a matter of perception, and everybody has their perception. And let me ask you this. What do you think of Fox News?
I think
they're horrible or good?
No, they're horrible.
Okay. Let me ask you this. What do you think of MSNBC?
MSNBC is the same as Fox News.
What?
I mean, no, not the same as Fox News. I'm sorry, CNN.
Oh, they're the same as CNN.
They're the same as CNN.
Okay.
They sell guns to both sides. Okay. That's why you look at CNN.
So who do you think is the fairest news outlet out there right now? Who's the fairest? CBS, NBC, ABC, who?
I'm going to say you like this, and this is going to be my complete and honest answer. I like BBC.
I like BBC too, yeah.
But in all truthfulness, I believe, once again, I'm saying another quote, I believe like Denzel Washington said, if you watch the news, you're misinformed. If you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. So which one would you rather be?
Okay.
So either you have no knowledge or you have the wrong knowledge.
Well, I happen to disagree with Denzel on that.
Not me,
Yeah.
because a lot of that stuff is.
What do you mean? If you watch the news, you're misinformed?
Because they're not giving you the whole truth. The news is
well,
they're giving you the truth.
Let me explain.
They're giving you a
about
slant.
that. Let me explain something about that. You don't have to believe everything you hear. Now you can get the information and use a thing that you possess called the brain. Use your own brain and figure out the ins and outs of the story that they're given. Okay? News is not 100% absolute. I mean, you have to take it with a grain of salt and get your own truth out of it. I mean, they're supposed to give facts, but a lot of time they give opinions. But you just can't be negative about it. I mean, you know.
Well, this is the problem. And this is the thing. You have all these news outlets.
Right.
These news outlets are so much in a rush to be the first one
to
get the stuff out.
To get it out, that they don't get all the information. Yeah.
So you're missing information. So what you're misinformed.
Yeah. Okay.
You got news outlets like your Fox News that put their own spin on it.
They really do.
They literally will.
They really do.
They literally will. And then you have people on there like Tucker Carlson. And by the way, since I haven't did it yet, fuck you, Tucker Carlson.
Oh.
Fuck you in your ass, you pussy. Now, Tucker Carlson was the guy who jumped on TV.
Again, send your hate mail.
And had the caucasity. Please send it to me, please.
Send him all
please
your hate comments.
Me, I'm checking my email tonight.
And
please.
Hate mail to Larry.
Because Tucker Carlson was the one who jumped his white ass on TV and said there's no such thing as white supremacism.
Of course it is.
Not according to Fox News and Tucker Carlson.
Oh, boy.
So,
we got a lot of negative comments about Kanye West. A lot of negative comments about Terry Crews.
Once again, fuck Kanye.
Oh, please. Oh, Lord.
Fuck Kanye. You can kiss my ass, too.
Okay, well, let's move on.
Terry Crews. I'm about to get to you, baby, because I got this. Matter of fact, great segue. Great segue. Let's talk about old Terry Crews. Boy.
He did apologize.
I only got to keep my white hat.
He apologized.
You know what's beautiful about that, though?
Go ahead.
It's to say, this is the thing that I love about black women. Black women vote in packs. Black women do everything together. Black women, as we said before several times in our videos, please look back. I say it all the time. Black women can have beef with each other. They can not like each other, but they going to be like, let's set that to the side.
And let's take care of this.
Let's deal with this.
Yeah.
And then when we get done dealing
we'll
with
go
this,
back to
we can handle ours later.
Okay.
Black men don't do that. But
we do.
Well, we do because there's a lot, because we're involved.
Right.
And a lot of younger brothers are getting into that vein.
Right.
Behind black women. Just like a lot of younger black men are starting to be able to be like fathers in the home. They're raising their family. They're doing hair.
Absolutely.
They're doing it all. But, as a whole, we are not there yet as black men, and we need to get there because black women have been leading that charge forever. And once again, who felt the weight of it? Oh, yes, Terry Crews, you stupid little big man. Those sisters came.
Didn't he apologize?
Oh, he apologized, but you want to know why he apologized?
Why?
Oh, because black women got together and let him know.
They let him have it.
Oh, they let him have it.
Oh, boy.
They let him have it in such a way. Terry Crews, what's the matter? You ain't got nothing tough to say. You ain't got nothing tough to say, Terry. Hell, no, you don't. Because black women stand together. And when those black women stood together and let you know under no certain terms, we're going to let you go ahead and degrade Gabrielle Union, especially the same Gabrielle Union who was on your side.
Yeah.
The same Gabrielle Union when you was talking about how black men were laughing and Gabrielle Union was the first one to say he's a stand-up guy.
But what about when a person apologizes, don't that mean something?
You know what the problem with that is? And the problem with that is that when you apologize and you're subject to do that shit again.
Okay.
What is that? How much weight
you
does
didn't
that
really
apology?
mean it?
Exactly.
Okay.
But he meant it because I'm pretty sure all those black women, especially when you talk about, I don't owe my daughters, I don't owe nobody, I only owe Rebecca and she gives me wings. Those black women was like, you came out of a black woman.
Ooh.
What does she owe you?
Ooh, boy.
What do you owe her?
Ooh.
Black women came from you.
Ooh.
You don't owe them security. You don't owe them food. You don't owe them guidance.
That's right.
And so the guidance that you're giving your daughters, is this okay to turn your back on and stab somebody in the back that helped you along the way? He felt the whole weight of it. So Terry, next time, please understand, no comment is a perfect answer for anything. Just shut the fuck up and say just no comment.
All right. All right.
All right.
All right. So we want to move into a last thought?
Well, no, not quite yet. There's one other person I want to go ahead and give him his just desserts. Well, two more, and I'm going to make these two very quick.
Okay.
So Ari Shaffir, this comedian,
oh, yeah,
got on Twitter and was talking about how Kobe died 23 years too late.
Too late.
He's this, and he's glad, and shout out to the pilot.
His career is over. His career is over.
Well, his talent agency dropped him.
Good. They should have.
And he had a whole bunch of dates in New York, and because he lives in L.A. This idiot lives in L.A., and you are an idiot, Ari Shaffir. You live in L.A.
I agree with you on this.
So you talk that crazy and reckless about a man who died.
And then he said that the people who subscribe to his newsletter or follow him on Instagram or whatever, they thrive on these things. He said he does it to every celebrity that dies.
Once again, this is white-splaining. This is how a white person explains away the horrific shit that they do. So you talk bad about him, and probably when you double down on it by that point, you should have known that his daughter died too. So Ari Shaffir, fuck you in your ass. And I can't wait till them brothers see you, because you got kicked off all your dates in New York. You know you can't do no shows in New York. I'm pretty sure there's a ton of brothers and there's a ton of Hispanics and there's a ton of everybody. White people. Did you see the white people came in line.
Was mad.
Oh, they was.
Yeah, I saw that.
And one of the ones I loved is one of the greater basketball players that we will ever see, who turned into a great man, who hugged his daughter and was teaching her the game of basketball, has lost his life. And some half-crank comedian makes a joke about it.
Half-crank.
Yeah. I love that. Ari Shaffir, kiss the hairiest cracks of my ass. Fuck you very much.
Oh, boy.
And now that you're going to probably have nothing, don't forget, McDonald's happening. McDonald's is still hiring, brother. Have a good day. Thank you.
Okay.
Now I think we're ready for the last word, man. I've been waiting for this, but you can go first, because mine's going to be a little bit.
Okay. A last thought here. My last thought is basically about the subject you were talking about. It's about Kobe. And he passed on January 26th. And I thought, when I got so emotional when I first heard the news, I thought it was just me. And I was like, what are you doing? A grown man, you sitting here crying, tears coming from under my glasses. But then I turned on the TV and it was everybody.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, so I'm not the only one feeling this way.
No.
I actually, in all honesty, didn't sleep for a couple of nights very well. And then I heard that several other people was the same way.
Yeah.
This was really.
Well, you also got
this was really heart wrenching.
Well, you remember Jerry West was on TV crying.
Oh yeah.
Shaq was crying.
It was just devastating.
Stephen A. cried. Sterling Sharp cried. What's his name? Smith.
So, in my final thought, I just want to say, why is that, and what does it all mean? And I think the message is very clear. What it means is that life is very precious. Mm-hmm. And I think that no one is promised tomorrow, regardless of income, regardless of anything.
No.
So I think what the lesson here, if there is a lesson.
Oh, there is.
If there is a lesson, I think it's that you have to value life and all that small stuff that you have any beef with anybody, just squash it. Because it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
No, it's not.
It's not worth it. And it just made me feel like every day is important. And I think that's the message that I got out of it. And that's my final thought.
Okay. I wish that my final thought was as eloquently put as yours. I wish that my final thought was
Here we go.
Sentimental.
Okay.
My final thought goes out to good old Rush Limbaugh. Woo!
Wait a minute. Are we talking about the Rush Limbaugh that just announced that he's in the final stages of lung cancer?
Yep.
So what can you possibly have negative to say about that?
Oh, you really want to know? Oh, let me tell you, Rushy. How many times did you say negative shit about Maxine Waters? How many times did you say negative stuff? What was his name? Clarence Thomas, the one who just passed, the senator who just passed away. What's his name?
The senator, John
from
McCain?
Maryland. No, from Maryland. The black senator from Maryland who marched with Martin Luther King.
He wasn't a senator. He was a congressman.
I mean, he was a congressman.
John Lewis.
John Lewis. How many times you say negative stuff about him? How many times did you say nasty stuff about Michelle Obama, Malaya Obama?
He said nasty stuff about the first lady.
Yes, he did. When she had her arms out, he compared her to strippers and all kind of stuff. Yeah,
get out of here.
Yeah. Rush was wrong. Rush wanted all the smoke. He wanted all the smoke.
Oh boy.
Well, you know what, Rush? God came through with an answer, didn't he? Your fat ass can't die soon enough in my book. Fuck you, Rush Limbaugh. I hope you get a spot in hell overlooking the lake of fire, buddy. Kiss my black ass. You said all this horrible stuff about black people consistently. You denigrate, you talked horrible about Barack Obama. You was one of the people who was pushing that birther movement bullshit, and you know you were. So you telling me that you got lung disease is telling me you can't die fast enough. Fuck you, Rush Limbaugh. Goodbye. And that's my final thought. So once again, this has been.
Oh boy. Wait a minute. Let's make sure we said John Lewis. I don't think that was.
I don't know what his name was. Yeah, John Lewis. You said John Lewis.
Right, but I don't think that's the one that.
That is the one.
No, he didn't. He has not.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It wasn't John Lewis.
Pause it. We're gonna find out.
But no, because we'll just find out next time, and we'll go ahead and we'll amend it. But
yeah,
we're just gonna go ahead and
what is his name?
Oh man, I can't remember his name. But this is
from Maryland.
But this is something that has been consistent that Rush Limbaugh has done, where he attacked Barack Obama. He attacked Barack Obama's family. He attacked Barack Obama's kids. He was one of the ones that was leading the charge on the birther movement. He was one of the ones that was leading the charge. He was the one who was calling people drug heads, and he was taking Percocet, and he was getting his maid to go ahead and get out and get him the different drugs that he was strung out on. Right. So you got to forgive me if I don't care. I don't care.
Sorry, Elijah Cummings.
God,
we apologize.
We apologize.
Elijah Cummings. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Elijah Cummings. But this is a guy who had consistently head over here, steadfastly just attack all black people. Just laying out, just lashing out.
Don't you think, because of his predicament now, that you can say something nice about him?
Yeah. Have a great trip to hell, buddy.
Oh,
love you.
Goodness.
Godspeed. Bye.
With that, we're going to close. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Remember, please comment and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button.
I think we might lose one or two, but I hope you all subscribe and please understand that I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart.
This is hard hitting. I mean, this is real stuff. This is not scripted. This is truly what we believe.
And we're speaking from a place of honesty.
Speaking from a place of honesty. And we're getting a lot of positive feedback, so we're going to keep it up. We're going to keep it up.
And I'm going to keep ranting.
And people say we compliment each other, you know, with our different styles and our different attitudes.
Because he is a good person.
So is he.
He's just
a little, how can I say?
Aggressive?
Wound up.
See, I look forward to us doing this.
I really look forward to when we have our guest speaker, the African American Republican that we're going to have on, and It's going to be interesting.
Oh, it's going to be very interesting because that is
Yes.
going to be a beautiful.
I'm going to
debate.
have to sit in the middle, of course.
Oh no, I am not going to. It's not going to be nothing like that.
I'm still going to have to sit in the middle of the referee.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But we love you. You're our countrymen. We need to stand together, and as we make that movement toward where we need to be, understand that we need each other.
Yes.
And we even need you, Kanye, but we need you to be healthy mentally, Kanye.
Yes.
To come back to us. But it's a thing that if you are wrong, we're going to call you on it. If you're not,
you certainly will.
If you're not being who you say you're trying to be, you need to get called on it.
Absolutely.
So understand that this is nothing more than us giving you what people think, what we're saying in the barbershop,
yes.
what we're saying on the street,
yes.
what we're saying when we run into each other talking about different things. When we're
yes.
sitting at parties, we're sitting in bars, and we see people come across.
Yeah, we do have conversations with a lot of people.
These type of things are going to come up.
Yeah.
So as we do that,
we're going to relay them to you.
We're going to relay them to you, and we're going to relay them to you how we had them get, how they were brought to us.
Absolutely.
So once again, please subscribe. Help us out. Please subscribe. Please check us out. Please understand that these things are we're going to be here for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great night.